Hi there, Jeff here from the Wetsuit Centre, talking to you today about the Xcel Drylock 3.2 summer wetsuit for 2012. Very popular wetsuit and pretty much the top end wetsuit that Xcel do for summer. Loads of features going on this suit. It's a really sort of like cutting edge suit, and a suit which Xcel have won awards for 2 years in a row, basically for its warmth and for flexibility, and generally just a sort of all round good suit. A lot of money for this suit, you know, so you're probably only for some serious water sports users, the people that demand a lot from a wetsuit and use it a lot. But having said that, a lot of people are sort of unsure as to why they'd spend that kind of money on a summer suit. Basically, this sort of suit is going to be as good as probably something like a 4.3, and will see you for the majority of the year. So rather than being for just the core summer months, you're going to be able to use this from, depending on your tolerance for the cold, from sort of, this year's been very warm, so from March right through to kind of November time, even into December. So that's basically the primary reason to spend more on a suit like this, basically, is you're going to get a longer use out of it. Okay, so the fundamental features about the Xcel Drylock. Number one is the quality of neoprene. This is 100% ultra stretch neoprene, and it's a quick drying neoprene as well from Xcel. Basically means there's a huge amount of flexibility in it, so you can see that demonstrated there. That runs the whole way through the suit. Very sort of aerated neoprene, and basically that means there's a lot more air inside this than the cheaper neoprene. What that does makes it a lot more lighter and a lot more flexible. So it's going to be a lot more comfortable, it's going to move with your body more, be less restrictive, and so you won't get as tired as quickly. And it also means that basically it'll keep you warmer because there's more air inside the neoprene, which holds heat inside basically and keeps you warmer. Quick drying, basically it has a quick dry fibre inside, which is got water retention properties as well. So when you first sort of put the suit on and you get in the water, you'll see the water kind of roll off. And basically that means it carries less water. Because it carries less water, it's less heavy when you're surfing or moving or whatever water sport you're using, and basically less restrictive and more flexible. And it also dries quicker when you want to get in for your second surf or second kayak or whatever you do, basically. So it dries out quicker, which is always nice. Don't want to get back into a cold, wet wetsuit. So that's definitely a sort of bonus. That's some of the primary selling features of the suit. Moving on, the seams of course are glued and blind stitched, they're completely sealed, meaning that no water is going to come in through the seams. They'll use what they call a fusion bond system, and basically they're glued together, so it's completely stitchless in areas, and glued together, and then on the inside you just get like a taping over the seam. It means it's completely sealed, no water is going to come in through that seam, because you haven't got the stitching, you've got a huge amount of flex in that suit as well. So no stitching in that at all. You do get stitching in certain areas, it's not 100% stitch free, but you get that around the areas you could need more you know, longevity, so around the stress points on the suit, like the chest zip area. They're still sealed, but basically they are then stitched just to make sure they're nice and robust. But the areas where you need more flexibility, so the lower part of the suit, around the knees, around the legs, that's all sealed, basically glued with a fusion bond system, and then tapes on the inside, which basically means that it's very, very flexible, no restriction on the seams there whatsoever. Minimal panels of neoprene on the suit. So you don't get too many seams. Again, it's all about providing more flexibility and less chance of any water getting into the suit, so it's a really nice feature. Big panels of neoprene, making the suit very, very flexible. This suit, as I say, is a 3.2, so the thicker neoprene, the 3mm neoprene is around your core, and you get that 2mm neoprene where you need more flexibility in your upper body. Some of the usual stuff, you've got the Duraflex knee pads, pre-bent, you can see from the side, they sort of puff out, and basically they're shaped to the size, to the shape of your knee, so they kind of slot in, makes them very, very comfortable. And you also get the Duraflex, which is very robust and won't wear through, because that's a sort of danger on the knee areas for suits to wear through, especially when you're surfing, windsurfing, that kind of stuff. So yeah, nice little features there, a lot of detail, attention to detail. The next thing that's worth mentioning is these sort of centre panels here, the chest panels. The chest panel, you can see there's a lot going on inside the suit, which I'll show in a second. Smooth skin, but on the inside you get this honeycomb, and that's basically an airlock neoprene. And what that means is inside the panels of neoprene that you get pressed together here, you've got little pockets, little air pockets basically, which trap hot air. So when I mentioned before about the neoprene having lots of air in it, this has actual specifically designed potholes inside the suit which lock in hot air. As it leaves your body, leaves your core, rather than being lost through the suit, it's held inside this core area in the front, around the back, in this honeycomb sort of effect, and basically that holds it inside the suit. Again, that's going to do a lot to keep you warmer and do a lot to promote this suit, not as just a summer suit, but as an sort of autumn suit, and maybe even a winter suit as well. I know a lot of guys in New Zealand wear a suit like this the whole year round, basically. Well, right through their winter at least, anyway. Further up the suit, actually one thing that's worth mentioning as well, some of the detailing of the suit. With the Drylock you get these little half-moon cuffs as well. Just another little attention to detail. Closed-in cuff basically means it stops the suit riding up over your arm. Nice little touch, things like that you'd expect from a top-end suit. The chest zip system then is what really won Xcel a lot of plaudits in the wetsuit world, because they're pretty much a pioneer of this system. And basically what it is a chest zip system. It's all sealed completely across the whole suit. The only part that's not sealed is the area where you get in, and essentially that's this side here. So there's no chance of any water getting in through this chest zip system. If I pull it apart, then basically you can see what's happening inside. The piece of neoprene goes up over the top, sealed around the back. The only place it's open is around the side here, which is sealed with a piece of smooth skin and fastened with a toggle so you can tighten it up. The zip is made diagonally. This whole panel is diagonal, so basically if any water does come in through the suit, either through the neck or here, it will naturally run out the side of the suit. If any water does come through, rather than going straight into the suit, it's then met with the actual wetsuit itself, which is brought up to the top with two sort of overlying pieces of neoprene. That basically means if any water comes into the suit, as I say, through the neck or through the side, it's not going to basically come straight into the suit. It's going to meet the inside of the wetsuit and roll back out. So you get real minimal flush throughs on a wetsuit like this. You've got the two pieces of neoprene here. Basically, the reason they put two there, and you can see that demonstrated around the back there, is to make it easier to get in and out of the chest zip system as well. Pretty much the only downside of a chest zip is it's harder to get into. The plus sides is you don't have a back zip, which restricts the back of the suit, and it's better at keeping out water, but the tricky thing is getting in and out of the suit. But it's not too bad, and once you get the hang of it, you'll be in and out of the suit in no time, especially because it's very flexible. If I turn these suit inside out, this is how you do it when you get in as well, basically. So rather than sort of struggling through the neck, you just pop it on like a pair of trousers, just roll it halfway down. On the inside of the suit, you can see that tape demonstrated. It's very sort of unique to Xcel, that particular type of tape. It's almost plasticky and basically glued on, so it's never coming off. Very robust, keeps out water, nice and comfy on your skin, and very, very flexible. The green material you can hear is what we call, what Xcel call their thermal barrier material, which is made of primarily like a bamboo-y material. Very fluffy, very furry, and much like thermal underwear, basically. And basically that's like a polypro material which retains heat inside the suit. It's very, very comfy on your skin. It's almost like a toweling material, and you can imagine what that's going to do to keep you warmer. So as heat leaves your body, again, rather than being lost through the suit, it's retained inside the suit by this sort of fleecy thermal material. That runs through the front and the back of the suit and right way down to the knees. So the whole suit is lined with that sort of thermal material. Again, that's going to do a huge amount to make you a lot warmer. And that runs the whole way through the suit. Also supposed to be a bit more eco-friendly, using the bamboo. It's a sustainable material as well. Essentially, that's everything going on inside the Xcel Drylock for 2012. Not a lot changed between last year and this year. Just a few tweaks here and there in terms of the cut of the suit, graphics and styling. But basically, pretty much if it's not broke, you don't fix it. I think there's a lot less actual stitching going on in the suit than last year. They've gone for the real stitchless technology, which is probably one of the biggest differences. And that will do a lot more in terms of making the suit more flexible. But essentially, that is the Xcel Drylock 3.2 for summer 2012. But as I said before, not strictly a summer suit, definitely something you could wear from March in this country right the way through to sort of December time, or even further, depending on your tolerance for the cold. So definitely a great wetsuit for people that are very serious about their water sports.